What is good? I mean, what is really good, my people? It is UK, Trouble Brother, Dr. Blick, the darkest man, who around us today, guys. I'm here with Vengeful and OG Dugan. So say hi to the people. Venge, go first, or Dugan, whatever shit.
Dugan, since you spoke first, so you go.
Oh, I was just saying, like, yo, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, what is good, bros and bras? And it's time. It is fucking time. I'm here with my boy Blick.
This man.
I'm here with my boy Dugan. And we're about to spit some shit in your ear, so let's go.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So today's video is going to be about, is One Piece underrated? And a lot of people have been saying on Twitter that it isn't, and there's evidence showing that it is, and I can see why people are going to say that it isn't. Obviously, worldwide, One Piece is not underrated. The third best-selling comic book of all time. It just recently surpassed Spider-Man. So you guys know the popularity it has worldwide. But we're mostly going to be focusing on the Western / English speaking audience and how they rate One Piece and how they see One Piece. But I'm going to give it to Venge because Venge is pumped up for this video. Venge is fired up for this video. So Venge, just throw your thoughts out there, bruh. I'm just going to sit back and just listen to what you got to say.
Alright. One Piece is definitely underrated, my boy. And there's so much information that we can use. I'm not gonna ramble on this time because I have a bad habit of doing that. But I will mention this. This was a big one, okay? Because like I'm gonna have to bring in my boy. Even though I love Yu Yu Hakusho to death, I'm gonna have to throw this into the mix to kind of give you guys an idea as to why One Piece is most definitely underrated. One of the obvious reasons why is the fact that a lot of people are just not interested in it. When somebody says that they're not interested in it, that's the same as saying it's underrated. I'm just gonna put that out there right there. Because I looked at the art style of One Piece and I was like, nah fam, I'm uninterested. That's another way. If you're not interested in something, or you look at it at first glance without even giving it a chance and you just walk away from it, that's a sign that it's underrated. The fact that so many people seem to give Yu Yu Hakusho so much love, and over One Piece, bruh. Like, I've seen it over Twitter quite a bit lately, and there's been a lot of comments about it, and people will, if they was to choose like One Piece or Yu Yu Hakusho, they would go with Yu Yu Hakusho. It's like that crazy. I'll let Blick discuss the gory details in regards to that. But for me, when it comes to Yu Yu Hakusho, here's a good example. I know somebody that freaking got Yu Yu Hakusho in his outro, bruh. And this dude, Yu Yu Hakusho, was around before that Nignog was even born. Yu Yu Hakusho was around since I was in high school. Hell, probably even been around, more than likely it was around before I was even in high school. That's just the time that I learned about it, because back in my day when I was in high school, Toonami was repping Yu Yu Hakusho like fudging crazy. They played it from beginning to end, as long as that current arc is available, because if it's not available, then they would just rehash it until the new arc is available to actually watch in English dub for the most part. And for the most part, they've shown it many times without it being dropped. And then you look at One Piece. One Piece has been dropped by Toonami on multiple occasions. And I mean, like, with that said, I mean, the fact that when something is dropped, the main reason why something is dropped is due to the kind of reception it gets, like the ratings. Like, ratings must not have been as good, so it's like Toonami had no choice but to drop it. So, I mean, that's evidence right there. So I'm gonna shut my trap, give everybody else the time to chime into this spit.
Okay, Dugan, before you put your opinion out there, I just want to quickly say something. The main reason why Venge used Yu Yu Hakusho is because Yu Yu Hakusho is seen as a series that is underrated to the point that even people like Vengeful has made videos on the best anime that you've probably never seen, because of the fact that Yu Yu Hakusho has been over for a long time. So Vengeful Yu Yu Hakusho as a series that is underrated, and then One Piece on top of that in the Western audience is being rated higher than that. That shows the level of what One Piece is at, you know what I mean? That shows the level of what is at. So yeah, like that shows the level of it, like as a series, if you guys know what I mean. But when it comes to my standpoint on One Piece, like the only people that rate it highly is the people in the One Piece community, because you see after every chapter, Goda, like after every chapter, like Goda, and sometimes you read the chapter and the chapter ain't even as lit as what they're implying it out to be. One Piece is highly rated for the people that have gotten into the series, for the people that are open-minded to actually dive into the series. The people that are not interested, I can see why, I understand why. We're not disagreeing, we're not being angry at people not being into One Piece. The whole point of the fact that we're trying to say is that One Piece is slept upon. You might think the anime is long or it has a lot of issues, but the manga itself, as an overall story standpoint, it is good. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing out there, because there may be other things that you prefer better than it, and that's up to you. But One Piece is slept upon, and with shows like Yu Yu Hakusho that's been gone for like 13 years and people pushing it ahead of it, and Yu Yu Hakusho is supposedly an underrated series, so using that as an example is the best way to draw it, because Yu Yu Hakusho is probably one of the series that people dim as really underrated and a lot of people sleep upon it, which to a certain extent is true. I do know some people that say that Yu Yu Hakusho is a series that they can't get into because the art style is old. I know people that do that, but as a whole, with One Piece, it's slept upon. A lot of people don't like it because of the art. A lot of people don't like it because of the length. A lot of people don't like it because the overall premise of the series being about pirates. And another factor is 4K. Obviously, there's a lot deeper stuff, but we're mainly talking about the popularity of One Piece as a whole. But yeah, like worldwide is good, but in the Western audience is not that great. Like it got cancelled 3 times. Like the only reason why they bring it back is because of how big it is in Japan. The reputation of One Piece worldwide. That's why they keep bringing it back and hope that people actually get into it. But every time, no one gets into it. It's still dry and dead. Even One Piece fans don't really watch it on Toonami. That's the worst part. Like I was talking to Ali about it, and he even says that he doesn't watch One Piece on Toonami. Not only because of the time slot, it's because of the arc they're showing, and they just don't want to watch it. And One Piece fans just generally prefer sub as well. So if One Piece fans ain't gonna watch it, like, and the new people are not gonna watch it, it's gonna look terrible. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But Dugan, say what you're gonna say.
Oh, well, first off, for like the Yu Yu Hakusho debate, the reason I don't feel like underrated is the right way to put it. Like, I just think it aged well, because like you guys were saying, Yu Yu Hakusho was pushed heavily by Toonami. I remember all the Yu Yu Hakusho commercials from Toonami. They were epic. You know, Yu Yu, Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon. Those were like the really big ones that Toonami pushed a lot of the time, until Naruto killed Toonami. Just kidding. But the thing about One Piece is that getting into it, like from the outside looking in, it's like I feel like what they look for it, like people like character dynamics. Like they like Naruto and Sasuke, they like Gon and Killua, right? And there's stuff like that in One Piece, but it's not like upfront, and it's not what they push. It's not like the main thing they're pushing is like the rivalry. And people also like to see, you know, a lot of action regularly, and how, like, I guess people also like kind of how like Hunter x Hunter will like break things down technically, how like how Togashi likes to do that, while One Piece really, you have to dive into it to actually get the interesting lore and to really understand and kind of wrap your head around, you know, the things like the geography and the social classes and the ever-changing alliances and all types of stuff. That's stuff you really have to focus on to really appreciate it, and that's something you really don't get until way late, not really way late in the series, but about halfway through the series up to this point is when you start to get a lot of that. But up until that, you really have to enjoy it for what it is. You know, I could enjoy it, you know, just sit back and relax. It's a relaxing series, you know, early on until you really start to understand it for what it is. You know, you can enjoy, you know, things like Zoro, you know, fighting all those people at Whiskey Peak, and, you know, just a lot of the light-hearted moments of the Alabasta arc, with also some of the more intense and some of the more real moments, like when Luffy was telling Vivi that you can't expect people to not die in the war. Like, One Piece just has, all throughout the series, it just has things that you can appreciate and things that do go deeper than people actually give it credit for. So yeah, appreciate the fucking narrative of One Piece is all I'm saying, and appreciate the art, because next to a lot of people, One Piece art does not diminish over time. It actually just gets better. So anyone else have thoughts?
Like, I was gonna say something real quick, Ben.
Go ahead, boy.
Like, on top of what you said about the art, I can see what people mean at the beginning with the designs of the characters. But when you look at One Piece as a whole, you have vast different designs. You got characters that you got characters like Luffy, and then you got Frankie, then you got Brook, and then you got Capone, then you got Raw, then you got Kid, then you got Smoker, then you got Ivankov, then you got Bon Clay. Like, the character designs are so vast. Like, if you're watching Dragon Ball Super, and you see people like the God of Destruction Clown, and then you see Champa, Beerus. Like, Champa's a fat cat. He's a fat purple cat. Like, and then you got Otama, who's literally Winnie the Pooh. Like, if you're able to put up with stuff like that, or able to put up, like, because most of these stuff, like, especially, and this is not just One Piece, this is just like anime and manga, like, when it comes to the thought process of these character designs, they're inspired and they're a reason for them looking the way they are. You may not like it, that's fine, but like, I can see why people do not get into a series because of art and design, because art and design can be a major barrier. It's like me trying to get someone to get into Ashita no Joe. That art style for that series is old, and a lot of people will be like, I'd rather watch Ippo instead of a series that came out like 20 years before Ippo did. And bear in mind, Ippo came out in 85. So like, that in its own is an example in itself. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got saying from my standpoint. Like, what about you, Venge? Oh, Venge gone Super Saiyan here, bro.
I just thought about what you just said about Ashy Knuckles No Joe, bro. And how people would like prefer Hajime no Ippo over that. I just have to drive the message home again with one of my favorite series, like Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm not hacking on it because people is overhyping it or anything like that, because like, I love the series, it's dear to my heart. But once again, that kind of proves the point as to why, you know, you could see One Piece as actually being overrated, because you just said, Blick, that art style is too old, right? So why is it Yu Yu Hakusho, as old as that art style is, like, is old art, but they would still choose it over One Piece when One Piece started off with a pretty old looking art style as well? It may be like 7 years newer, but it still was pretty freaking old at the very beginning. Because even the quality wasn't where it is now. Like, it looked very old-ish. And here's another thing that I want to add to that. When it comes to Yu Yu Hakusho, how in the fudge did it... I could be wrong when I say this. Now, this is just an estimate, but why is it, like, if you think about it, I bet you that when like Neverworld made that video about Yu Yu Hakusho,
oh no,
like that being the greatest anime that you never seen. No, I'm not gonna criticize the title or anything. No, I'm not gonna do that. But I mean, I bet you he was thinking 50% or higher of the anime community knows nothing about freaking Yu Yu Hakusho. I bet you maybe about 50% or more wasn't even born to know Yu Yu Hakusho.
True.
That's my thing right there, but yet they still put Yu Yu Hakusho before One Piece. I mean, I have lived the tale. I've been around when Yu Yu Hakusho existed, but yet you have people that weren't even born. Like, they didn't come out of the womb knowing Yu Yu Hakusho, bruh. You know, they wasn't coming out of the womb acting like Yusuke and crap, bruh. No, they knew nothing of that. That existed before they were born, but yet they somehow put it before One Piece. And the art style.
It's really simple. Why? It is because of the art style. It's
Dugan.
What's up?
Okay, this is what you guys are forgetting, bruh. This is what you guys are forgetting, yeah. You guys are forgetting one key factor, bruh. With what people are getting mixed up. One Piece is well known compared to Yu Yu Hakusho, but there's one thing that another thing as well. Before you continue what you're saying, One Piece is well known. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's well received. Like, there's a difference, you know what I mean? Like, okay, let's look at it this way. Like, Rebecca Black's Friday is well known. Like, it has one of the most views on freaking YouTube, but a lot of people don't like that song. It's one of those things, like, people get well known and what's more popular mixed up, if you know what I mean.
That's kind of, I get what you're going at. But I don't know. One Piece got a lot of the bad flag, of course, from 4Kids back in the day. We know this, but it's really like, the barriers are really all in the and character art, and that is not there for a series like Yu Yu Hakusho, because the anime's paced perfectly. Basically, it gets right into some good action. It starts off different than most series. Yusuke and Hiei have the dynamic that a lot of people look for. That was a pretty strong rivalry, and actually, Hiei inspired, the creation of characters like Sasuke. So, and Yusuke also wasn't, your typical protagonist for the kids, who are into Yu Yu Hakusho now. Sort of like this sort of anime hipster type thing, we like the 90s animes. Yusuke isn't like the protagonist that they know, like Naruto and Goku, but they don't remember stuff like Fist of the North Star that came even before Yu Yu Hakusho. So, I mean, of course, it's shorter than One Piece, so it's just easier to take down.
Yeah, that's true. Like, one of the major factors One Piece is the length. And okay, I gotta stress this: Yu Yu Hakusho is an example. Like, that's the best example we can pick out, because that series is seen as underrated, like in the audience, and it really isn't underrated, nor is it overrated. It gets the stuff that's expected of a series that's been ended for 13 years.
Yeah.
Like it's not underrated, it's not overrated. I like Yu Yu Hakusho. One of in my top 5 favorite animes out there. I like it a lot, but when it comes to One Piece, it is slept upon, but it's not by the niche, like the niche crowd of few of people, by the niche, like few of people. Like, there's a reason why me, Dugan, and Fenge grew up burning blood.
and real quick, I want to say that Yu Yu Hakusho, even though it has a lot of the things people look for, it does not have the depth. One Piece has more depth than the other show.
No, we're not diving into which was better.
No, we're not going to.
We would just leave it like that, Dugan.
But just to make a quick reference to what Dugan's talking about, to basically, put a long story short, it takes a while to get into the more serious moments of One Piece. That's like one of the biggest drawbacks, like Blick said, like the length, and the length alone makes it kind of difficult to get to those parts where you truly see what makes One Piece shine. And a quick example of that is like a lot of the examples of relating, like One Piece to actual current events, like serious stuff, like racism, slavery, and all those kinds of darker themes that you don't see a whole lot of in anime, and it's like One Piece just somehow chimes it in such a engaging fashion. And you know, I find that to be something that people would just miss out on due to the length itself, and I'm just gonna stop right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, you got anything else to add?
I mean, just a little bit. Like, in a way to appreciate early One Piece is, I mean, that's where like the story starts. But you know, there's a lot that led up just to, you know, Luffy setting out sail. You know, he trained a whole 10 years before setting off. And just going out to sea, he was basically on just this massive win streak of just tearing up everyone's ass, you know, heading to the Grand Line and shit. Like, he was doing things that just, he came out of nowhere and was just completely changing the game. And then eventually he does hit walls. He does hit the wall and, you know, grows from it. And, I mean, that's just good to see. I don't know, I'm just gushing over One Piece right now. I like it.
Man, you need to stop fanboying, bro. Like, you're making us look bad. Okay. My closing words that I gotta say before I end this video. If any of you guys think I'm a One Piece fanboy, you guys get it wrong. The only thing I fanboy over is Ippo, bro. I'm still waiting for season 4.
And Law.
Yeah, that too. No, but anyway, guys, make sure you check out Dugan and Vengeful Warburg's channel. Link will be in the description below. I highly recommend it. And yeah, let me just wrap up this video. So, please comment and subscribe. I know I say this all the time, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, please leave a like, rate, and enjoy this video. And yeah, this UK Chocolate Breath will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Peace.